Hi, everybody. Welcome to another live episode of The Grid. My name's Scott Kelby. I'm joined by two very awesome people. To my left, a very special temporary guest. Temporary guest, Jen Coffin. Hi, Jen. Welcome.
Hey.
It's going to be a fun day for you, Jen.
I know. I'm very nervous.
You should not be. You should be totally chill. And we'll get to why Jen's here in a minute. And our very special guest, not that Jen isn't special, today she's extra special. But the very special and most awesome and one of my great buddies and just a great photographer, a great person, just come here.
Aww.
Moose Peterson. Buddy, good to have you here.
So obviously in this elimination round guest host, I'm the first to go after that introduction.
You are.
Yeah.
So we are going to play a game today. We're going to start off with a game. But before we get to that, let's get to this. First, moderating your comments with love today is Rachel.
Yay!
Now, Rachel will only be here for the first segment. Rachel is the vice president of comment moderation. If Jen is unable to perform her duties as president of comment moderation, Rachel steps in to fulfill her duties.
Yes, and does a fabulous job.
And does a fabulous job, we might add. However,
That's because you won't have to sit over there.
one day we're going to get her over here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's
Okay.
like, no. Oh,
No,
yes.
no.
Oh,
No,
yes.
no.
When she's not moderating, she's our social media goddess. But today, she's filling in for the Jen.
Yeah.
So we have a great topic today. The topic is why photography gets harder as you get better. So that's what we're going to uncork today, but not before we get to this very special thing. So those of you who watch The Grid on a regular basis, and the four of you who do watch know who you are. No, for those of you who do watch, you noticed like the last couple of weeks we've been kind of kidding Jen about that, like for reasons unknown. And like you guys know Eric, right? So Eric and Jen are, without giving out any numbers, approximately the same age.
Yep.
But for some reason, Jen missed an entire chunk of popular culture in her life.
I didn't watch enough TV, I don't think.
Like, it's not just TV. If you ask her, name a Beatles song, she's like, they're a band?
It's not a bug.
You mean like Car from Volkswagen? No, they were a band. Only 4 people. Name any one of them. Can you name any of the Beatles?
Ringo?
That's great. Yeah, man, it's Ringo.
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty good.
Thanks.
That doesn't
starting out
count.
good.
No, that doesn't count. But like if you said, I'll give you a better example. If you said to Jen, hey, Jen, where's the beef? She'd go, I've heard that. Of course you have, because it's in movies, like even for kids today. I go, what's it mean? You're missing beef? No, it's from a commercial for Wendy's. Where's the beef and all? Anyway, so I'm sitting in Jen's office the other day asking her all these questions, and I'm having her look them up on Google. So I realized this is what we're going to do. Today is a game called Guess Along with Jen. You guys at home are going to get to play. You're going to guess along. So when I ask a question, I'm going to ask Jen. And if Jen doesn't know the answer, we pass to Moose. And
He's like,
if
You want to know the honest truth? I'm wondering how you guys get all the work done you do around here with this kind of shenanigans going on.
this is the work
You
we
actually
do around
thought
here.
about this.
Yes, we
It's
did.
not like off the cuff.
If it's any consolation, we did it at lunch. All right, so we did. I'm not kidding. Now, if Jen gets 5 of these questions right, she only has to get 5 out of 20 right.
5 out of 20. Okay.
Then there's a bonus round, and then you guys get to play. The first person that calls me on my cell phone will win a 3-legged thing, Punk's EVO. Oh, I want to give you a graphic, and also it's like, there we go.
What do we call you on your cell phone?
I'll give you the number later, but not yet.
Okay.
You get a 3-legged thing, EVO Punk's VYV aluminum tripod and Mohawk ball head. It's a travel tripod. That's a very complicated way of saying it's a cool travel tripod. Now, we also have other giveaways, Jay, that we're going to give away just because we love giving away stuff. We're going to give away a copy of my book, The Flash Book.
A great book.
That's it right there.
Great
Thank
book.
you, Moose. Moose wrote one of the nicest tweets about this book. Moose wrote it, and I've known Moose for many, many years. And what I've known about this is Moose doesn't throw compliments out. And if Moose sends you a compliment, you print it and put it on the wall. And he said something very nice about my Flash book, and I was like, oh my gosh. We're also giving away this incredible book, Takeoff, written by Moose Peterson. Will you sign it before you go?
I think it already is.
It's a signed copy of
Very
Moose's
cool.
book on aviation photography called Takeoff. This is the most beloved book. Everyone that gets their hands on this just absolutely loves it. And we're going to give away a Platypod.
Max?
No, not a Max. We're going to give away an Ultra. Who stole my Ultra?
Didn't this happen last? Oh, it just hasn't been replaced.
Oh, okay. Somewhere is the Platypod Ultra, which is the most awesome tripod replacement. So while we're giving away a tripod, if you're in a place that a tripod won't fit, won't go, or the tripod police bust you, you use a Platypod. And they are awesome. So we're going to give away that today with its accessory kit, all today on the grid. Now,
Very cool.
I just have to brag about this. We're not giving this away because I only just got it. I've been waiting for this. Tether Tools. Okay, so I have a new MacBook. My 2012 MacBook finally went away. It has USB-C. Tether Tools, the greatest people in the world that make tethering stuff, they finally came out with the one that works for my laptop.
Awesome.
And I don't
the
have
new
to
one.
use a dongle or anything.
That's great.
It's the happiest day of my life. Thank you, Tether Tools. You're great people. Now let's get to the game. For those of you watching at home or at work, probably,
Is there a theme song about the play?
we can sing one.
No.
Yeah, sing
Don't,
one,
no,
sing
no,
one.
no, you don't need to
It's
sing.
Sing along with
Don't need-
Jen.
no.
Guess along with Jen. Be along with Jen. Jen.
Love it. I love it.
We have a studio audience. They're absolutely
too.
silent. Thank God. It's too late now. Oh, Juan even clapped. When Juan has to buffer the clapping. Anyway. Hey, by the way, if you're wondering, how can I be a guest on the grid? Just call us up and we'll let you come be a guest. It's like that. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do. I have the questions here. We're going to go through them. I give them to Jen first. You guys can guess along. And Rachel, you'll tell me who, like, the first person that gets it right in the chat. She'll just go, it's Bob from Seattle or whatever, okay? Chiquinando writes, this is going to be the best grid episode ever. Chiquinando? I don't think so. Hey, Barbara's here from Quebec. Greetings, north of the 49th says greetings from Nova Scotia. And Johan says, wasn't Elton John one of the Beatles? Yes, he was the mysterious fifth Beatle. Do you know who the fifth Beatle was?
No.
There was a mysterious, what was his name? Peter? Chris. No, that's from Kiss, just kidding. There was a fifth Beatle who was the drummer before Ringo.
Yeah, but he was the fourth, not the fifth.
Pete Best. Oh, now, yes? Who said yes?
She's Googling on her
Kim
phone.
can't Google.
Kim needs to
Okay.
be sitting right
No.
here.
Wait.
No.
You had a theme song, but no rules.
Hey, Tim's here from South Korea. Tim, it's Olympics time. Why are you watching the grid? Jared says, yay, I get to see Jen's beautiful face.
Oh, thank you.
And says, oh, Scott is there too, laughing out loud.
Well, he's going to put a pouty face.
Stuart Neal says, can we enter the contest by post? No, Michael. You have to call my phone. And Larry Becker says, can I just text instead of calling? No, you have to call. That's the way it works. We have bad rules. I'll be honest with you. The rules aren't good. Bridget says, hi, Kelby gang. Hope you're well. Glad to be here. Nice to have you back, Moose.
Thanks, Bridget.
Chris says, good afternoon from the Space Coast, where history was made this week. Ann says, hello from, we'll just say Argentina, because the first word's hard. Bruno says, hi from Hampton, New Jersey, blueberry capital of the world. And Roy says, Albuquerque is here. All right. And Michael Dow liked my Lightroom Killer tip this week. Yay, thank you. All right, here we go. Jen, are you ready?
I am ready.
And put your hand on the buzzer.
Got it?
There is no buzzer. Now, Moose, do not look over here. You have to look away.
I have no buzzer. I have no
This is the
notebook.
first official question in Guess Along with Jen. Which musician is known as the boss?
Oh, I know this. Springsteen?
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you got the first one right.
Thank you.
You did that one right.
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
Did you not know Bruce?
I knew it. I just
Okay.
played along. I'm the dumb
All right.
contestant, on the side, so somebody looks smart.
Here we go. Question number 2. Jen, what is the breakfast of champions?
Wheaties.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
We're going to have a bonus game at this rate. Jen, name any song by the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
Moose, any song by the
Angie.
Angie. Angie. Yes, Moose, that is correct. You can say we never tried. All right, Moose got that one.
Okay.
It's 2-1.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't have a scoreboard.
This is a tough one. This is the first hard one.
Okay.
What does this refer to? Let your fingers do the walking. Let your fingers do the walking.
Typing?
Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
say typing?
Moose, let your fingers do the walking.
In the yellow pages.
In the yellow pages, that is correct.
Of course, people are
All
saying,
right, hey, Dave Hopper got the, Dave Hopper. Jared Ream got the Springsteen. Dave Hopper got Satisfaction. You guys are doing good. You're doing good. And Sarah, the Dove lady, just says, go Jen.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Jen's doing good. Jen's doing good.
50-50
All right.
at this point.
All right, here's a good one.
but it's tied up now.
Yes, it is. Here we go. Jen,
Yep.
how many red balloons went by?
99.
99.
I know.
Very good. All right, Jen is rocking it.
Yeah.
All right. Who was the hero character in these movies?
Okay.
For Your Eyes Only, Moonraker, and Man with the Golden Gun.
No idea.
No.
Oh, is it like
It's a person. It's not anime.
No. Is it oh God, I don't know.
Moose, do you recognize
Do you want the number or the name?
either one? The judges will accept either the number or the name.
Bond. James
Yes,
Bond.
James Bond.
That's what I was gonna guess,
Oh,
but I didn't know any of those movies.
It does. You don't get points off if you guess.
Okay.
All right. So Jen has 2 still, right? Or she has 3?
3.
She has
3.
3. Okay. Oh, Rach is on it. All right. Anybody get that one? Yes. Okay. We gotta see who got that one. By the way, if you get one of these other ones,
Wait.
you don't
It
win
said
dink.
James Bond. It's 3 names.
James Bond.
No,
All
it's
right.
Bond.
Joy got
James
Wheaties.
Bond.
Debbie Clausen Johnson got Yellow Pages. Joe Petro got, and Jim, was it Joe Petro got the 99 from 99 Luftballons? And Jim House got James Bond. Okay, here we go. This is a really easy one.
Okay.
And we'll be very lenient on the judging here.
Okay. Thank you.
From what movie was the famous line, I am your father? From?
Oh, of course. That's Darth Vader. It's a Star Wars.
All right, we're going to
Sure,
take Star
yeah.
Wars. Now, if you want a half a bonus point, which one of the Star Wars?
No idea.
Yeah, okay, that's why we were very lenient in the judging.
no idea.
But we're going to give you, that's 4. We could go to a bonus round. All right, what movie is this line from? Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Oh, that one I know. Dirty Dancing. I watched it
Oh,
about
that's
800
5 out
times.
of 5. All right,
Yeah.
we're going to do
There
the
we
bonus
go.
round. We're going to do the bonus round. We still have a few more questions. All right,
I think someone's feeding her answer somewhere.
No, that one was in my wheelhouse.
that was in your wheelhouse? Okay,
That
good.
was.
All right. So, what movie featured a scene with a horse's head in a bed?
Never saw it to this day, but The Godfather.
You're doing so much better than I'm starting to have to take some of what I said back. Your crowd is
Thank
very
you.
happy.
Thank you.
Where is the term?
Juan's over there asleep. That's okay.
Where is the term "no soup for you" from?
Oh, Seinfeld. Love it.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. Wow, we're running out of questions here. All right.
Darn.
Okay, you know how people. Yeah, Moose, you're like making nothing. All right, let's see. Okay.
I'm glad I came all the way from California for this.
Joy got the Wheaties. Okay, here we go. All right. So you know how like in a football stadium they'll do a chant. And for example, in Tampa they go, I say Tampa, you say Bay, Tampa, and the answer would be Bay. So I'm going to give you a chant, and you have to answer with the
Okay.
chant. Here we go. If I say Ross, you say
No idea.
Ross, and
Rachel?
yes.
Oh, I see.
Ross
Okay,
and
I see what you're
Rachel.
doing. Sure.
All right. Okay, just checking. Ooh, look at this. People are nailing it. Tammy Maloney got Star Wars. Leighton got Dirty Dancing. It's not the Leighton that's in our control room. It's the other Leighton. And Jared got Seinfeld. All right. Wow, they're pretty fast on these. Okay. Who said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman?
Bill Clinton.
No, that was Moose. Yes. Yes, it was Bill Clinton.
His wife is sitting right over there.
Was that a great one up on Moose? Oh my God, that was Jason in the booth, man. He bang.
I am just sitting here quietly.
I know it's not you.
And you're just like,
I know. I'm sorry. I take it all
wow. I have
All
feelings
right.
too, you know.
All right, finish this. You're doing so much better than I am.
Thank
Proud
you.
of you. I really
Thank
am.
you.
All right.
You're not even talking to me.
Well, I know because she's doing so well. I expected you to be jumping in with all this stuff. She'll miss this one though. Here we go. Finish this phrase. If the glove doesn't fit.
You must acquit.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
you.
The audience is like, Jen's like nailing this stuff. Oh my gosh. All right. For bonus points.
Okay.
What was the judge in that trial's name?
Lance Ito.
Bonus points. Oh man, you were crushing it. Who said, and we will take either the name of the show or the actor, who said, what you talking about, Willis?
That was, what you talking about, Willis? That's the Arnold, right? Is that his name? Arnold. It's the.
Shows has two names. Starts with the D.
I used to watch this. It's gonna make
The
me so mad when you guys
actor's
say it.
name was,
Isn't it Arnold? Was it not Arnold?
well, he played the character Arnold, right? On Different Strokes.
Was it different?
Wasn't it Different Strokes?
Is that
Gary
it?
Coleman was the actor?
Yes.
And did he
Okay.
play, was this Arnold was the? Well, we'll see. Somebody will tell us.
Yes, someone else.
Deb says, just gave Moose a heart attack. Connie Pruitt got the Rachel one. Tim Reamer got Soup Nazi as the episode. All right. And let's see. All right.
Yeah, different strokes.
If I were to say strike a pose, what is that from?
I don't know.
Strike a pose?
Oh, like Madonna?
Oh, yes,
Like
Madonna.
Vogue?
Yes, like
Yeah,
Vogue.
yeah, okay.
All right. Different strokes. JV got it. Different strokes. All right. So here's a really tough one.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
What was the band Beyonce was in before she was Beyonce?
I know this. Destiny's Child.
I can't believe we worked so hard on these. Last two ones. Who sang, and don't use Moose as a reference, because it could have been Moose. Who sang Ice Ice Baby?
Vanilla Ice.
All right, this last one.
I thought that was the last one.
I'm going to save, no, I think I'm going to save this one for the bonus one. I got a really hard one. This is all right. First off, Jen, I take my
Thank
hats
you.
off. I am telling you, I am so impressed. I thought we were going to wipe her clean. I thought that was going to be it. She was going to be like, yeah, I got nothing. But I'm very proud of how you did.
Thank you.
Wow,
Really
you got
appreciate
almost
it.
every one, which was not what I was expecting. I mean, we just a brain trust of us all at lunch trying to figure out, she'll never get this. And you got them like all.
Awesome.
All right, now it is time for the bonus question. I'm going to give you my cell phone. Hold on. Let me pull it up on screen. Don't move, don't breathe, don't make a sound. This is the number you're going to have to call. And no, you can't put it in the chat or anything. All right, you can show my screen. Don't call it now. You have to wait until we ask the question. You can't show my screen. Are you not showing my screen? No reason to show my screen. You're bored in the control room. All right. So that calls to me right on the set. All right. And so I'm going to give you the question. And look at that, cheeking down to applause. Jen rocks. Johan, Jen
Rolando.
was killing it.
Thanks,
Super
Johan.
Jen. Sherry says Jen is doing way better than I would have. Carolyn
Aw.
says, bravo, Jen.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you really, I'm so disappointed.
You're so disappointed.
I thought you don't know how hard we worked on it. We spent a lunch meeting on this.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm
All
glad I
right.
did all right.
All right, there it is. Well done, champ Jen. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, someone's calling. Don't call yet. Don't call. Don't call yet. You don't even know what the question. You don't even know what the question is. Don't call. It's not Star Wars. All right. Don't call yet. Todd Reamer says, Jenny, I got your number. What's Jenny's number?
8675309.
Dang, you're on fire. All right. Someone else is calling. Stop calling. All right, here's the question. Stop. I'm going to throw you into whatever it is that's bad. Okay, remind me to call you later in 1 hour. Don't call yet. Here's the question. You're not going to know this one. You probably aren't going to know this one. Here we go. Who was K-Fed?
Oh my God.
Shh, don't say it. We got to wait for someone to call us. The first person that calls us the answer. Don't say the answer. Clinton Ferrara says, Jen, you. Okay, here someone's called. Hold on. All right, 1 second. I got to put you on speakerphone. All right, do you actually have the answer?
I actually have the answer. Was
All right.
married to Britney Spears.
That's right, married to Britney Spears. That's who K-Fed was. All right, who am I talking to?
This is Joe Myris.
All right, Joe, where are you from?
Sarasota.
You're from Sarasota. Oh, how local.
Yeah.
Good, I don't have to pay a lot for shipping because I was thinking this is going to be someone in Mumbai, but we were going to send it to wherever. So, all right, so Joe, we're holding your tripod right here, and we're going to put this on eBay, and we'll send you what we get. No, so we're going to. So Rachel is going to reach out to you because that's what Rachel does. She's in social media. She reaches out to people.
Right.
But thanks for being so quick. And by. Oh, are you on the chat? You're on the chat, right?
Yeah.
Or on Facebook, or you can just, let me give you Rachel's phone number too, so now you have mine. So, and by the way, so anytime, Joe, it's Joe, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Joe, anytime you have like a Photoshop question or a Lightroom question, just call me. It doesn't matter what time it is. I'm happy to answer it. Okay, so anyway, Joe, enjoy your new Punks tripod and ball head. Thank you for watching The Grid.
Congrats, Joe.
And thanks for knowing useful stuff, because there's no way. Moose, did you know that it was Britney Spears' husband?
Like that.
Totally.
So no.
No problem.
He didn't know, Joe, but thank you.
Hey.
Thanks very much. I appreciate you calling, and there you go. All right, thanks.
Thanks.
Take care. Wow, he was on it.
Yeah, he was.
On it.
That was
All right.
fast.
Hey, now Stephanie Peterson said, and no relation to Moose, I don't think. So the answer is Kevin Federline. Mm-hmm. That's not who he was married to. But Kevin Federline would have done, you know. He's married to Britney Spears. Don't call. Okay, the game's over. The game's over. You were supposed to call before we gave out the answer.
Maybe he was calling back.
He's not calling back.
How do you know?
All right, see
You
ya.
don't answer it.
Stop calling. Okay, we're gonna take a break because I think we all need to compose ourselves. But before we go, how about a nice hand for Jen?
Oh, thanks, guys.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Crushed it. Crushed it. Crushed it.
Thank
When we
you.
come back, we'll actually be talking about our topic. We have Moose Peterson here. We got some more stuff to give away. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Howdy, folks. Moose Peterson here. Brand new class on the Nikon D850. This is a beautiful camera. It has all this speed, it has all this quality. How do you make the most out of it? That's what we're going to cover. Basics like what these buttons do, how you can reassign the buttons to do something else, customized for your photography. How about all these menu settings and all these options? They're complicated. We go through all those. You even get a PDF of all my settings so you're good to go right from the box. At the same time, we're going to talk about time-lapse, video, all the great fun this camera can bring and get the most quality. So make sure to check it out exclusively here on KelbyOne.
Hey, this is Justin Wudjack with 375 Photography in Atlanta, Georgia. Are you a photographer that wants to make the jump into video and you just don't know what to do? You were too nervous to hit that video button in the back of your camera, or what editing program to use? Well, guess what? We have the answer right here on this brand new course at KelbyOne. We're going to walk you through everything that you need to know on to understand video, to shoot video, but most importantly, to edit it and to have a final product that will add an additional income stream to your business. So be sure to check out this course.
Hello, I am Trey Ratcliffe, and I'm here to show you some new software. I just completed a new course for KelbyOne for this thing called Photograph Pro. What's Photograph Pro? Well, it allows you to take any still image and animate it. You know, there's not a lot of new stuff in photography nowadays, and this thing to me is just incredible. It might look a little complex, but really anyone can do this. And just super fun. I think you're gonna have a blast with it. Oh, I could just look at that all day. Remember, this is a single photo. This is a picture I took in the Valley of Fire. Man, I just can't get enough of this stuff. I love it. I love it. And I hope you love it too. All right, well, come sign up for the class. You'll have a great time. We go through lots of examples together. I can't wait for you to see this software. So join me.
Howdy folks, Moose Peterson here in sweltering Tampa, Florida. Whole brand new class on Nikon wireless flash. Yeah, taking this brand new technology, taking all this great stuff, applying it to what we have to do as photographers, milled light, quick, seamlessly, and most importantly, having fun. So make sure you check out my class exclusively on KelbyOne.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Tamron, professional photographic lenses.
Hey everybody, Scott Kelby here with Moose Peterson. I do have to tell you, as soon as we went on the break, my phone starts ringing. I go to pick it up. It's Moose calling my number. I'm like, I see Moose Peterson. I'm like, I'm right here.
Thought
right.
I'd get in the conversation somehow.
Right here, Moose.
Right here.
All right, we're going to break into Moose World real quick here in a second because people are already shouting out to Moose. Hey, just want to mention, Photoshop World registration is open. We are in Orlando on May 31st through June 2nd. So it's coming up in just a few months. We are at the Hyatt Regency Resort and Convention Center in Orlando. So come on and join us. We're going to be doing some grid get-togethers for people who watch the grid. And I understand that the KelbyOne forums are planning their own events as well. So we'll have, everybody's just going to be getting together in Orlando, and I hope that you're a part of it. You know, you've always wanted to go to Photoshop World. You always said, you know, I'm going to go. Why don't you go this year? We got so much fun stuff planned. Also, stay at the Hyatt while there's still rooms. So you can just walk downstairs and you're in the convention center. The convention center is literally down the elevator, take a right by the 24-hour restaurant. They got a really great restaurant there. Didn't I have breakfast with you in that restaurant?
Yes, we did.
Moose and
More
I had
than once.
Yes, we did. And
We hide in the
anyway,
corner.
we've got some really great stuff. And we just we have a pre-conference with Serge Remeli. Serge was here this week, but yeah, Serge Remeli is doing a pre-conference workshop. He's going to be shooting cityscapes, and then they're getting up early, Moose. They're doing Moose. They're not getting quite up as early as Moose makes you get up. You have people get up at 5 in the morning.
Our record is 3:30.
Moose, I remember like getting up with you at a workshop, and it was like
That sounds bad.
It was-
change that.
I remember you saying everybody meet in the lobby at 4:30.
Thank you.
And I
Yes.
thought 4:30. I've made a huge mistake. Anyway, but Serge is doing one. He's getting everybody up at 5, so that's not so
I
bad.
love it. That's good. That's when the light's good.
But yep, and that's what he wants. They're going to be shooting. He's going to be shooting cityscapes, is what they are. All right. So anyway, go to PhotoshopWorld.com. We'd love to see you there. Come and join the Grid crew and the KelbyOne community folks and everybody, and hopefully Rabino Wen, who says, "Hi, Grid family." Oh, I'm sorry, it's Robin Owen.
By the way, I'll be at Photoshop World too. And I'm actually doing
Hell yeah.
and I'm doing a pre-con.
And you're doing a pre-con.
Yeah, just you want me to call you the details?
You can tell me the details, but I'll just tell you this. Moose's pre-con always sells out way in advance. So if what Moose is about to tell you and you want to go, you should go book it right now. Tell us about your pre-conference workshop.
We will be doing somewhat aviation-based. We'll be working with aircraft and models over at Stallion 51.
Now your models are theme-based, right? They're 1940s?
Yeah, you could say they're real pretty rosy riveters.
Rosy Riveters.
Yes, sir.
There you go. You're referring to, of course, the famous poster.
The famous poster, the bent arm, the polka dot bandana.
Bandana,
the
yeah.
hair tied back, the
Yeah.
big red rips.
And that's exactly what Moose wears during the entire workshop. It's awkward, but no, but you're gonna have a great time.
Seriously, you gonna pick on me all day?
No, the
Okay.
picking with you is now over.
But we're gonna have a great time.
All right, hey, Robin Owen says, I signed up for Photoshop World months ago. Hope to meet more of the Gridsters in May. Oh, you will. Oh, you will.
Gridsters, I like
She's
it.
one of us now, so we've taken her in. We've decided to raise Rabino Wen. All right. So Carissa says, Carissa here from Atlanta. She says, I'm hoping to make it to Photoshop World. Reserved a room just in case, but I got to save up for KelbyOne and Photoshop World. So Carissa, if you're not a KelbyOne member, don't they now get a KelbyOne membership, Jen, when they join? Like I think if you're not a KelbyOne member, and you sign up, you pay $100 more, but you get a KelbyOne 1 year, not the pro membership, but the regular KelbyOne membership. I believe that is the case. Now, I could be wrong, in which case everything I said is wrong. I'm pretty sure that's right, though. I heard something about that. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah. So you don't have to save up for both. Save up for one, and you'll get the other one. Regular membership. All right. It's regular KelbyOne membership. Yeah. Okay. It's not the KelbyOne Pro, which is the elite. It's the regular KelbyOne. Well, it's a KelbyOne membership. So don't have to save up for both. You only have to save up for one. Hey, before we get into our thing, Carolyn says, sounds like fun. Yeah, it's amazing fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a blast. Tell us about your pre-con.
I did.
Okay. What's your name again? Sorry.
Jen.
No, you only got 3 questions right. You are not Jen. Jen got like 12 or 14 or something. Peter Treadway says, I'm so upset I'll be in China during Photoshop World this year, but I'll be back in 2019. You know what Peter, he's got a fascinating thing. You know what he's doing in China?
No.
He's working on an assembly line for iPhones.
Oh, really?
He's going over the, isn't that what he's doing? No? Oh, I'm sorry, Destination Wedding. It was one or the other. It was. Jen's just like that one. Jen, she's just having a ball over there. All right. We're just going to, since we're not really talking about warplanes, Johan has a question for Moose. What is the greatest fighter plane ever? Your opinion, Moose. This does not have to be fact. We can do be your opinion because it's a question to you.
Wildcat.
Wildcat?
Yep.
Buick Wildcat?
FM2.
Oh, not made by Buick.
No, sir.
Tell us a little bit about the Wildcat real quick. Is it...
It was technically an obsolete plane starting World War II, but it's what saved the fleet in the Pacific.
Oh, well,
so
that gets my vote then.
It turned the tide, yeah. So
wow.
It was kind of important.
Susie Q says, hey, Moose, I got an 850.
Outstanding camera. I hope you're having fun. Got a class here on KelbyOne about the very beast.
Speaking of that, so Terry White just got he got a loaner from Nikon. He started off his video, his unboxing and demo video. Hey, by the way, he did his video of the 850 in 3D, 360-degree video. So while he's talking and telling you about the camera, you can move around the room and look at different stuff. He had a live model, which is much better than a dead model. He can look, and you can look at the model, and you can look at Terry, and you can look at the ceiling, and you can go, Terry needs to clean his floors. I mean, he did the whole thing in 360 video at his house. So anyway, there you go. So anyway, Terry's raving about it. You can go to Terry's Facebook page or terrywhite.com. Yeah, terrywhite.com and watch his video. But he was raving about the 850. He was like, it is everything I ever wanted in a camera, with the exception it's missing GPS.
Did an amazing job with that camera. It's fun, great quality images, light. It's just video, stills. It does it all.
There you go. From Moose Peterson, Nikon ambassador, beautiful man, incredible mustache. And our topic today is why photography gets harder as you get better. I can tell you this as we start this, Moose. It has certainly gotten harder for me.
As it should.
It has gotten tremendously harder.
And you've done so well in your photography, so I'm not surprised you're not at that wall.
Well, when I was first starting, I went to these workshops. I was a guest at workshops by this guy who went Digital Landscape Workshop Series. You may have heard of it.
Is this another Jen question?
All questions from now on will be.
Yes, I've heard of that.
Jen, have you ever heard of the Digital Landscape Workshop Series?
Or better known as DLWS.
DLWS.
Yes.
Yeah. Jen's like, oh, absolutely.
Now she's off camera.
That was the workshops run by Moose, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was lucky enough to go attend some of them. I was a guest speaker at a couple.
Yes.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was great. And
we launched Lightroom from one of them.
Yeah, we did.
In Yosemite.
Yeah, at Yosemite, Yosemite. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like Lightroom just came out. That was 10 years, almost 11 years ago, Moose.
It's kind of spooky, huh? There's Scott with his camcorder going around the room.
Yeah.
Then he went back and madly edited it.
Yeah, because that's what you had to do back then. You recorded on a camcorder and you wait till you flew home.
Yeah.
And said, hey, here's where we were. All right. So the question, our topic today is so Moose, why does I have my theories for why it gets harder, but you know this better than I do. Why does it get harder as you get better?
I think it's harder for a couple of reasons. One, you learn the easy stuff. Flat, exposure, all that kind of stuff.
The low-hanging fruit.
The stuff that, you think is so hard to do. So then you have to dig down and you have to look inside yourself and figure out, gee, how am I going to push past that stuff to get into what really photography is about? And that's telling a story. And that means you have to look inside you as a communicator and then communicate and then talk with your gear to others. And if you're shy, that could be a challenge. If you talk too much, it could be a challenge. There's a lot of challenges there.
Boy, there are. You know, it's interesting that you say that. The first thing that you were talking about, pardon me, which was you learn a bunch of stuff fast when you first start. You know, you know nothing, and so then you learn a bunch of stuff. I remember being in Chicago, and we did a conference. This was years ago, called the Mac Design Conference. So we used to publish Mac Design magazine. We did a conference there, and we had two really, really good advanced sessions on Adobe Illustrator. Now, I'm not an advanced Adobe Illustrator person, but we had done it 2 years in a row. We did it in Chicago, we did it in New York, and these women went to both. And they stopped me, and they said, hey, we were just in the advanced Illustrator class, and it's not very advanced. And I go, really? And they go, yeah, we knew everything in the class. So I started asking them, do you know, are you working with gradient meshes? Are you working with this? And I named all these things, because I was up on Illustrator at the time, and I named all these things, and they went, yeah, we know all that. And I go, you know what the problem is? You're advanced. Like, you know all this stuff. Because what happens, I think, to photographers is, at first, there's so much to learn. You go to a 1-hour class and you walk out and your head hurts.
Yeah.
Years down the road, like if I sit in anyone's class and it's an hour long and I pick up one thing, I'm thrilled. When I first started out, if I picked one thing, I would go ask for my money back. But later on, it gets harder. As you learn more and more, you know, but you're pointing out something good. Your learning takes a turn. Everyone's so focused on learning the equipment.
Yeah.
But once you've learned the equipment, which honestly is the thing that everybody thinks they need to learn, and it's very, equipment today is really easy.
And the thing they need more bodies, more lenses, and all that stuff. And actually they need more time and more finesse and be more critical what they're seeing and more critical what they want to say in that photograph, and then realize that it's really just comes down to one photograph, not 10 or 100 or 1,000. And it's harder. It gets harder and harder and harder. It does not get easier. And the other thing you have to worry about and think about is, well, I took this picture yesterday. How do I make it better today so tomorrow I still want to go out and take pictures? Because otherwise, what happens? You get bored.
Yeah, you do.
A lot of photographers, sadly, stop shooting because of that.
Yeah, because it's like anything else. If you don't see progress, if you're basically taking the same shots again and again. And, you know, that kind of happened to me in sports photography, where I just kind of hit this thing where I just wasn't getting any better. I did a whole season, and I didn't take a single shot and put it in my portfolio. And I'm like, I didn't make anything this season that I would show. I would share it on Facebook, but I didn't make a single shot out of shooting like 14 games that I could even add to my portfolio for an entire year. And I was really like, I either have to get better or I got to find something else.
Well, the progress seems to be slower, but on the flip side, the satisfaction level goes skyrocket. As you go on further, your satisfaction from what you're doing, especially overall, you get great rewards from it, and that keeps fueling it. But you have to just realize, the better you get at it, the harder it gets. It doesn't get what most people think is easier, and that's the challenge for a lot of photographers.
Well, also you start raising your bar about what a good image is. So let me ask you guys.
Yeah, when your bar is, you know, a polished turd, you know, right?
Right, it's still a turd.
Yeah, it's still a turd.
So I'm going to ask you guys out there that are watching. How many of you watching that are out there? You just throw a comment in there in the comments. Look back at your images from 2 or 3 years ago and go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I liked that at the time. Like you're
or more embarrassing, I put this out as a good photograph.
Yeah, I put this in my portfolio or something. Or yeah. How many of you have that happen where you go back and you look at your old work and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to get this stuff out of here. Yeah. And I've done that. I've looked at like I'd find a folder that says 2014 portfolio. I look inside, I'm like, oh, how did I put that out there? You know, and I start throwing stuff away. And but I think that's what happens is not only do your skills get better, but your taste gets more refined. And now
yeah.
what a good picture to you in 2014 is a crap picture in 2018.
And more importantly, you start seeing, so you're harder on yourself on putting things out there. So not only is in the viewfinder more of a challenge, what you want to share gets to be more of a challenge. And you have to put that in a positive. You have to say, okay, it's getting harder. I got to use that to grow my photography to the next level and
So
constantly
not discourage me, but to push me.
Right.
Wow.
And that's the biggest challenge.
Cleaver and I were talking at lunch, and she really brought up a great point, I think, which is another part of this is as you get further in your photography, patience becomes a real asset. Because when you're new, and like, for example, the first time I got to shoot certain things, certain places, like Paris, all I want to do is get to the Eiffel Tower and go click, 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 click. The second time you go to the Eiffel Tower, you're click, 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 click. When you get good, it's click. Click. Like all of a sudden you're very thoughtful. You're very thoughtful. Hey, Larry Becker's got a very good comment here. Hi, Larry. Larry says, as you learn more from others, you see more. Then you have to figure out how to create those new things that you see in the work of other experts.
Well, that comes to a really important part is the creative challenge. Because once you've done the Eiffel Tower for the 5th time, how do you go to the 6th time to say, God, it's still an amazing structure, but how do you say that in a photograph that you didn't do before and perhaps other photographers haven't done in the past? So the creative gets just as much of a challenge as that f-stop and shutter speed stuff.
I just saw a shot that you mentioned the Eiffel Tower. I just saw a shot this week from an angle of the Eiffel Tower that I hadn't seen before.
Isn't that cool, though?
I'm like, how did this photographer think of this? It was a really unique view of the, and I'm like, because I've seen a lot of shots of the Eiffel Tower. Oh my gosh. In fact, if you go to Google and type in Eiffel Tower and then hit the images thing, it'll tell you, what is it? 3,400,000 Google images that have the word Eiffel Tower in them. It's incredible. And that's just the ones that have the name Eiffel Tower in it. Stephanie says, oh God, it is mortifying to look at old work. But you know what that is? Hey, Stephanie, if you go back and you look at your old work and you go, hey, that was pretty good, you haven't grown much. So Stephanie, good news is if it's mortifying to look at your old work, you're on the right track. You're doing good stuff because you're looking at.
And that's the goal. That's why it gets harder, though. You do have to use inner reflection to sit there and be honest and grow and go, yeah, I wasn't so good back then. And now I might be okay. So it gives you hope for tomorrow.
All right. Hey, Melanie Kern-Favilla, KelbyOne instructor and gallery award winner, says, I do that all of the time still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's part of the process.
Susie Q says, as you learn more about anything, you must demand more of yourself. Well said, Susie. She says, regarding the old images, they look worse every time I see them. That means you're getting better. That's really good. That's great. Mm-hmm. Hey, speaking of that, I believe we are supposed to announce the winner today on the grid of the next gallery showing. Aren't we doing that today?
I think we should.
No, I believe we are. We won't do it this break. We'll do it next break. But yeah, we have an amazing artist to unveil to you. John Balboni. Hi, John. John says, I like re-editing old images with new tools.
I've done that.
Dude, I love to do that. I go back and look. In fact, one of the images, where was it? Somebody, in a book I'm working on, I found an old image, and it's from about 4 or 5 years ago. I completely re-edited it. It looks to me tremendously better because you know how our retouching tastes change. It's not just our photography change,
That's correct.
but our retouching taste. And the way we did it maybe 3 or 4 years ago, we look at it and go, oh, that was a bit heavy-handed.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I would have sharpened that more and all. So I went and took the raw image, redid the image, and I saw it in one of the layouts of my book.
I've done that many times. Yeah. And that's a great thing. That's a big part of this whole process because the big change in all that is not really the tools or the software. It's how we perceive the world and want to share it through our photographs.
I want to go see if I can find that image while we're talking about it, Moose. Hey,
Cool.
While we're up there, you want to grab some questions, comments?
Peter,
fan mail
hey,
from
good to
some
see you. Dave, Thanks for coming in, and glad you had fun with the grid. Stephanie, it gets hard because you have greater expectations of yourself. You want to do better.
She's right.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole goal, is to do better. Of course, defining the word better is a challenge in itself. You want to do better, you recognize when you see someone's work and recognize it as better than yours, and you're driven to improve. To that, I would say, recognize what's good in your photography and use that to get better, not somebody else's. They might give you creative ideas, but your only competition is truly yourself. You know what good photography is. I don't know if I know that. I have a feeling and a sense for it. That's why it gets harder as you go on. Jay Bruno 65, the better you get, the higher the bar is set. Definitely. Scott has mentioned that, and that's a big part of it. We've got Victor Pavlov. Hello from Atlanta.
That's Victoria.
Excuse me, Victoria.
I'm sorry. Can I say the whole thing? That is Photoshop World instructor and digital artist Victoria Pavlov. Now you may continue.
I feel bad now.
No, don't feel bad.
I don't have my glasses on.
It's okay. She's
way
in a whole different
small
town.
Print.
Moose.
I'm old.
She's all the way up in Atlanta. She'll never know.
Okay. Jim. I'll stick with that one. I know that one.
That's Jim.
Okay. Why does comparing your own work to others help? Why does comparing your own work to others helpful, but also can depress you at the same time? You see what can be done or what to aspire to, but also can be a point of frustration. Then don't do it. It's like that. You drink coffee and you keep getting a sharp pain in your eye. Take the spoon out. I mean, seriously, if it's frustrating, don't do it. You've got to keep, if nothing else, this whole process fun, or else you're toast. Cindy, a portfolio is a living and breathing thing.
A good one is, yeah, it really is. Hey, I want to go back to Jim Kern's comment here. So Jim, I think what the problem is you shouldn't really be comparing your work to others' work. If we all did that, Jim, none of us would all stop, right? Because I still go out and shoot airplanes, right? I just shot at El Centro. I would never go out and shoot airplanes. If my bar, is Moose Peterson, I'd be like, I'll just stay home. Remember that I look at Moose's work to make me want to go shoot, right? I look at that and go, oh my gosh, I would love to get images like this. I'm not going to come home with images like that. But also, I don't do the things that Moose does to get images like that. While Moose is getting up at 4:30 in the morning or flying in an old plane and doing all the things that Moose does, I'm asleep. Or if I'm not asleep, I'm drinking coffee and going, I wonder what really good photographers are doing today. But there's a lot to it because, obviously Moose is incredibly talented, but Moose works really, really hard. So take incredible talent, add that with hard work and discipline, and you're going to wind up with those kind of images. But I wouldn't shoot it all if I said, well, gosh, I could open any page of Takeoff and just go, I've never taken an image that's as good as anything on any page in there, and I'm including behind-the-scenes shots. So if you're supposed to look at them to make you want to shoot, to get ideas of what you want to shoot, but it's not supposed to go, if I compared my works to Moose, I'd go, well, I'm not that good. I got a long, 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 long way to go, so I guess I just won't do it.
But you touched on something very important as you get better in photography, is the fact that you have to also work harder. Some of the things don't just come as easily as in the beginning. First of all, you had to get the courage right to launch Photoshop, and then you had to get the courage to maybe use a brush. Well, those easy things are gone. Now you have to learn some, perhaps might be a simple technique, but
very subtle stuff.
Subtle stuff, and that's really where some of the big challenges get to. Looking at the background, realizing you just moved an inch this way or an inch that way could radically change your photograph. When you're first starting out, you're just praying that things going to be in focus.
True. So true.
Yeah.
So Kurt Wells says, but you have to be willing to risk putting your work out there, knowing that you may look back and go, what was I thinking? But Kurt, I think that's a good thing. I think if you can look back and you think your stuff is crap, I think that's great. You don't want to look back and go, darn, I was really good back then. What happened?
Well, to think, I mean, to me, to think that you're going to put a picture out there, whatever time it is, whether it's at this point in my career or 20 years ago, and it's done, it's perfect, like I've reached that point.
Yeah.
I think it's an arrogance that I don't think I'll ever reach there, wherever there might be.
Where you think, okay, that's it, I'm done, I've made the picture.
It's never gonna, I'm always gonna look back at a photograph and say, at the very least, I could have done this, that, or the other better.
Hey, Nikki's got a great question here, and then we're going to jump to a break real quick. So Nikki asks, and this is really at the end of the day, the big question here is, all right, what do you recommend when you find yourself stuck? So you're not making those big jumps, you're not seeing this big improvement, and you're doing what I did, spending a year shooting football shots that you just look at and go, well, not this time.
I have two things. Either one, I start thinking outside the box. All right? I shoot critters all the time. Go shoot a person. Totally 180 from the critter. And the other thing is I'll take on another project. I'll look for a project that's going to make me go back to thinking the basics, the nuts and bolts of photography, of f-stop, shutter speed, putting with the camera what lens I need, and then taking that to the next level. Okay, so I got that. Now I need to tell a story. Then I have to go out and execute that. And how well did I execute it based on what I thought through? And it's kind of like Pavlov's dog. You know, you start hearing that clicking shutter, the brain starts, the heart starts pumping, things start happening, and all of a sudden you probably will find a challenge, a photographic challenge. You go, oh, I've never faced this challenge. You face that challenge and you win, whether you fail or you succeed, you still win, and that puts you through. And then down the road you go to the next wall.
Well, since you brought it up, by the way,
yes.
Victoria Pavlov's dog is Lisa. And the first time I met Lisa, she's a giant dog, like 7 foot tall. I opened the door. She came running at me, threw her paws at me, stuck her tongue straight in my mouth.
Was it good for you?
No, it was not. It was not awesome.
Oh. Okay.
But
I have nothing else.
You meant Victoria Pavlov when you said Pavlov's dog, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. All right. Hey, we're going to take a break. The Beak says, hey, Moose, looking forward to your workshop in GC. Where's GC? Gentlemen's Quarter.
Canyon.
Oh, Grand Canyon in March. Stay away from the edges. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, guess who's joining us? Moose Peterson. Have you ever wanted to learn Photoshop? Of course, everybody wants to learn Photoshop. You know why? It's Photoshop. But here's the thing, it just takes so long. Or does it? What if I could get you up and running and really have you start doing the stuff that people really want to do, and I can have you do it in just 1 hour? If that sounds good to you, come watch my class. It's called Learn Photoshop in just 1 hour. We're gonna cover so many things in just 1 hour. You are not gonna believe how much you're gonna learn. And here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna start at not knowing Photoshop. An hour later, you're gonna go, son of a gun, I know Photoshop. Come with me on this journey. It's 1 hour that will change your life, will teach you an awesome new skill, and it's exclusively here at KelbyOne.
Hello, I am Trey Ratcliffe, and I'm here to show you some new software. I just completed a new course for KelbyOne for this thing called Photograph Pro. What's Photograph Pro? Well, it allows you to take any still image and animate it. You know, there's not a lot of new stuff in photography nowadays, and this thing to me is just incredible. It might look a little complex, but really anyone can do this. And just super fun. I think you're gonna have a blast with it. I could just look at that all day. Remember, this is a single photo. This is a picture I took in the Valley of Fire. Man, I just can't get enough of this stuff. I love it. I love it. And I hope you love it too. All right, well, come sign up for the class. You'll have a great time. We go through lots of examples together. I can't wait for you to see this software. So join me.
Hey, Rick Salmon here. Thanks for joining me. I hope you can really check out my latest class here, my 14th class here on KelbyOne. It's called 20 Time Proven Rules of Composition. Now, before you write me the email, oh, Rick, there are no rules. That's true. These are really recommendations. You'll learn how to break the rules. You'll also learn about some of my photo philosophies. But when it comes down to it, remember that composition really is the strongest way of seeing. So again, I hope you enjoy the class. I'm Rick Salmon. I'll see you online.
of the Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the world's most compact tripod base.
Hey, everybody, we're back. Scott Kelby here with Moose Peterson. So a couple things. Number one, Dave Williams, who writes on Tuesdays on my blog at scottkelby.com, this week did a thing called 7 Tips for Adobe Spark. He's been on this whole journey of
Yes, he has.
building your brand and building your social media and stuff, and it's just terrific. So Adobe Spark is basically 3 things for social media, 3 programs that come with sorry, just reading some of the comments as I'm speaking. 3 programs for people who do serious social media. Go read Dave's comments. It's on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday is Dave's Day on the blog, so go check it out. All right, so before we go on, I do want to mention, so you guys know about the gallery contest that we have at KelbyOne.
For the gorgeous Kelby Gallery here.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very nice gallery. So what it is we've asked viewers, we announced it here on the Grid, we opened the contest. This is an idea that Calibra came up with as a way to elevate KelbyOne members, to take their work and to show it to a larger audience. So what it is people have submitted their work. We have notified all of the finalists. So theoretically, all the finalists that are finalists are watching. So there's the people who, the judges have got down to a group of people. Today we're going to announce the person that wins. This person, we fly them and a guest here to our studios in Florida. And we do an opening night gallery. So Bay Photo Labs prints all their work large. We put it on all the walls. It's a solo show. They take over the entire gallery. And it's a beautiful gallery. We have a wine and cheese opening reception. And after that, we do a live interview that is open to the public. Everybody can see it. It's a live interview about the artist's work. And the idea is to get the artist more exposure and to get more people, because you know what it is? This is a lot of hard work.
It is.
All of this is hard work. And getting your work out there is really, oh, look at this. See, Barb Cochran says, what an amazing gallery. Victoria says, it's an awesome gallery. It really is beautiful. You've seen it in person.
Yes. I was in there again today.
Hey, are those prints beautiful?
They are.
Yeah.
Very well. It's great space. Beautifully well done.
Yeah. It's you know it's great because it's 100% Calibra and 0 me. But anyway, she designed the whole thing, all the schematics for we have moving walls, because she redesigns the gallery every time based on the artist's work.
That I did not know.
So it looks different every time you come in, because people will come again and again to the opening night. So anyway, we're going to announce the winner here, and so that's what's going on. That is it, and I'm going to introduce you to our winner. And our winner of the 4th, this is our 4th one, because we do these every few months. The 4th winner of the solo show at the gallery at KelbyOne is Ian Monroe.
Congratulations, Ian.
Woo! So congratulations
Great
to
stuff.
Ian. Is just an amazing photographer, and the judges just absolutely fell in love with his stuff. Now, I am hiding the image that's behind there. Here, let's show this one. Ready? Buttocks. All right. And then this is kind of cool, but we got to go real quick up because could be something naughty next. Yep. No. Whoa, no. All right. Anyway, but he just has such amazing mix of Photoshop and photography, and it's just
and a great
really
sense of humor.
Great sense of humor,
but storytelling. Yeah.
But it's not. It's a very refined sense of humor, or a subtle.
It's dry.
And I think his website is ianmonroephotography.co.uk. So apparently he's in the UK, and just an incredible artist. And we cannot wait to see his images. Now you're seeing them, by the way, square. Oh, that was unfortunate. Oh no, it didn't get on the air. Good, we almost saw something really naughty. His images are square in the thumbnails. Now, so Ian will be bringing you in a guest here. Now, he's in the UK, so we'll be bringing you to the United States. I hope you have a passport. And Ian, when you get here, we're going to talk to you about redesigning your website to make it easier, for people to actually see your amazing work. Incredible. Artwork, A+. Website, D-. But that's okay. We're going to make sure when you leave, you have a rockin' website.
He's still a winner.
And Larry Becker, who, by the way, is the host he's like the host of the interview.
Yeah.
And Larry's the best.
He is a great.
Larry is just
great guy,
a blast.
job.
Great guy and a wonderful interviewer. He says the gallery is an event you should attend if you ever get a chance. And Melanie says, wow, congratulations, Ian. And Melanie won the second one ever.
Yep.
Right? So anyway, that's quite high praise coming from Melanie, who is KelbyOne instructor, Melanie Kern-Favilla. Melanie came and did a class on how she does the work that was featured in the gallery.
Gorgeous posies.
Yes, dude.
Outstanding.
Those were amazing. Kathy
Outstanding.
Porepsky, who's sitting over there, just is writing in the chat. Congrats, Ian.
Don't call.
There we go.
stop now.
Kathy Bateson says, I love his work. Victoria Pavlov says, congratulations. Jim Borgo says, I went through the first gallery and it was greatly. Maybe there's another word there. Carl says, congratulations to Ian. And we have a bunch of, Barb Crocker. And we already read Barb's. Anyway, congratulations, Ian. We'll be contacting you about when we're going to be able to get you over here and do your solo show. But I can't wait to see his work printed big on the walls.
I can't wait to be able to have
right?
chance to see all the little. He puts in so many nuanced details.
Oh, yeah.
That you have to really. It's kind of an intellectual humor. It's great.
Intellectual humor. That's a good way to put it. Right. Very, very good. So anyway, let's move on. But congratulations, Ian. We're very excited. I'm seriously, it's going to be. I can't wait to see his stuff.
Great choice.
Now, Ian, we're in the United States, so there's a 50-50 chance we're going to kick you right back out.
Ooh.
So we're going to try to get you in quick, get you out fast before they know you're here. We might be smuggling you in on a boat along the coast late at night. But don't worry, we'll get you in. Hey, you know what? Ben says this is about the dog. Ooh, Scott, stop snogging people's dogs.
It's sound advice.
Snogging?
Snogging.
Terry White says, oh my God, laughing out loud, I'm dying. John Balboldi says, if you want a fresh view of photography, just look at what Calibra Kelby creates with her iPhone. Yeah, go to Calibra's site. I think it's Calibra.com.
That's actually a good suggestion, John.
I love the way she sees.
You just happen to know that?
Yeah, it's Calibra.com. Well, I didn't know if it was CalibraKelby.com, but Calibra.com. And you can actually see some pictures of the gallery there. So here's some pictures from the gallery there. That's the gallery. And those are the moving walls. Those walls are different every time. And there's our Stephen Wallace, our winner. Oh, his work was just crazy. There's the interview section. We were in the theater. You can see a little bit of it there. The control room. And there's Calibra. All right. So that's over at Calibra.com. But go check out. She's got all kinds of images, and she does little tutorials and stuff.
I think
and
Ian just commented.
Oh, Ian says, I'm in bits. Ian, we don't know what that means. Does that mean we're going to have to put small parts of you, bring you over in like different pieces?
Or you can bring them over the wire through the wireless.
Is it like chuffed to bits? That's a good thing. I know that's Dave Clayton told me chuffed to bits is a good thing. So, well, we're very glad to hear it. Ian, we're looking forward to meeting you. And Ian, when you come, is there any way you could possibly have a few trivia questions for Jen based on the BBC and British bands of the 80s? Because that seems to be her sweet. Yes.
They have great cheese in a can in England.
Oh, yeah. The cheese in a can in England is the best.
Just saying.
Oh, look at this. So Melanie Kern-Favilla said, she's talking, referencing her gallery showing, she said, it was the greatest experience of my life, really. Well, besides marrying Dave, sorta. Wink. Oh, her husband Dave is awesome. He is a great guy. You know what? He plays drums in a Kiss tribute band.
Really?
He's the coolest guy. Yeah, he's awesome.
Did you get along?
We got along like best buds. Man, we were just going. I just, I'm a big Kiss fan. So, all right. Hey, I'm sorry, oh, Jen goes, what's Kiss? Oh, get out. All right. Hey, I do have to tell you a story. So literally, I'm in my office yesterday. I have a meeting with Jen. So Jen's on her way to my office. And Jen was a few minutes late, so I pick up my guitar. So I have a little amp and a guitar. I got like a little tube amp there, right? A British amp, by the way, Black Star tube amp. She walks in, and I'm playing a song, and I can see her coming down the hallway. I'm already playing a song. Now you gotta realize, I'm in my office, I'm playing low. It's a tube amp with the thing where you can go down to like 1 watt, and you can, so it sounds awesome, but you're playing really, really low. I don't wanna bother people working. So I'm in there playing, and I am playing Van Halen's Panama. right? So I'm going, dun, 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 yeah, yeah. So I'm playing along, and I'm playing the introduction, which is incredibly well known. Like, everybody knows it. Later, Chris Main walks in my office, I'm playing, he's like, it's the Panama, Van Halen. Right, yeah, it is. Anyway, I go, Jen walks in, and it's a very, you know, you hear it, you just know, oh yeah, that's Panama, Van Halen. I go, okay, Jen, who is this? And I play her the entire introduction. She goes, oh, I know this.
No, I meant,
She goes, no. She goes, wait. Then she goes, is it Stairway to Heaven? I was like, get out of my office. Get out. Stairway to Heaven?
It's close.
It was a really good guess.
So really, it's about the band, the old school band. I don't know.
She doesn't know the bands, Jen says. She goes, I don't know the bands. That's Kiss. That's still not Van Halen or anybody, but
I actually want to see the
she does know
picture,
Kiss. And
Photoshop world of that Kiss band.
do you want to see that? I have it on here. So we did a tribute to Kiss as the theme. Like every year at Photoshop World, we pick a theme. And one year we did Kiss, and I did the Paul Stanley part, but we actually got on stage and played. Like we actually played. It wasn't,
those heels.
It was not lip synced. We all played. I'm gonna. Thank you. Kathy was there. Sharon was there. Moose was there.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Backstage taking pictures of that one.
All right. I'm going to just give me a second to find them. But while we're doing this, there's a couple of comments about our topic of all things.
Ian's at the airport right now. He's coming now.
All right, Ian. We're looking forward to it.
It's like the phone. Don't call anymore.
No one's called. I'm amazed. Like that one call and nobody else has called. I feel kind of bad now. All right. So hang on. I'm gonna find some. Hold on.
Jerry says, I think there's a generation gap in the studio. Yeah, there's a lot of old folks here.
There
and
is
a lot of young
not
folks.
a generation gap in this studio. That is crazy. Hold on. Is this it? I'm looking. Just take me a second here.
That's good because the other question's here for you, bud.
All right. So some of the pictures I'm going to show you are from. They're from Alan Hess. So Alan Hess was like our official show photographer. These were the boots I had to wear. Now, true story, I get the boots on. We're standing backstage. We're about ready to go on. And I'm telling Calibra, I'm literally telling her, I'm like, honey, I'm telling you, I'm afraid I'm going to fall. If I go out stage and I fall, it's going to be on YouTube forever. Because I won't be able to get back up. Because, oh, hold on, I'm getting a call.
Somebody didn't want you being lonely.
Did they hang up? Oh, they hung up. Anyway, it was nice to get a call from anybody.
Anybody.
Anyway, so these were the shoes. So I'm telling Calibra, I'm backstage, and I'm like, honey, seriously, if I fall, this is going to be, because I won't be able to get up, and we're going to have to stop the song, and people are going to have to help me up, and it's going to be just the worst. She's like, oh, come on. I've been in heels like that my whole life. It's no big deal. She's on and on. And so she's kind of got me convinced it's okay. We're just talking and stuff. I just turn and I slip and fall. And I go right down in the dressing room. And I believe it was Rod Harlan grabs me. Terry White's now calling.
Only your friends would call you right now.
I'll call you back, Terry. It's going.
It's like it's doing a Morse code over here.
I fall, and Rod Harlan's there. He grabs one arm, and there was because we're in the dressing room, there was a sink, and I grabbed the sink, and it stopped me from hitting the floor. And they got me back up, and Calibra walks up to me, and she looks me right in the eyes, and she goes, you walk straight to the front of the stage, you go straight. You don't move your legs. You move your arms, you point, you do this. And she's giving me this whole, she's like, holy crap, you are going to fall. You are definitely going to fall. And I made it through. But if you watch the video, if you watch any of the videos on YouTube, I kind of, and I don't move. I put my legs apart like a rocker and was like.
You did a great job, though.
Go. All right, so here's some shots.
And
this is me getting my makeup on. Now, our makeup, we didn't use the actual Kiss makeup. We all used, stop calling me Terry. We all used Photoshop tools, right? So mine was the Move tool. And that's with the whole movie. We did this long movie, before. And so here we are. This is us, shot by Alan Hess. See if I can make it bigger for those I just kind of messed up the screen. Hold on. My screen's got there he goes. So that's us on stage at the keynote of Photoshop World. And we're dressed. Yeah. That's me in the middle. Wearing spandex. Yeah, I was. And you notice in every picture, I ain't moving. Pretty much there we are. Just me, and there we go. So that was we did it twice, yeah. As a band called Nap instead of a band called Kiss. Yep. There we go.
The good old days.
Oh, those were the good old days. Dressing up in makeup, prancing around, being a pretty boy. It was awesome.
And high heels.
High heels. It was awesome. All right. Ian Monroe says, I'll bring some moose. So there you go. All right.
Bringing you the canned cheese.
North of 49th says, Generation Gap. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Hey, Lee Calkin says, the perfect light, perfect sharpness, perfect subject. It's the unicorn we all chase. I always start with the perfect light first and then go find something, right? Tom says, did those football shots or others help pay the bills? If yes, do not feel as bad. You help support your family. Tom, I wish I made enough money from football to support my family, but no, my football earnings will buy an iPhone X and a couple of meals. It was it was not. I don't think my family's going, good job on bringing in that football money. It's like,
yeah, but you didn't really
don't do this. No, I wasn't trying to make a living.
You were having fun.
Yeah, I was doing it because I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, that
was the goal.
Right. It was.
To that, you totally succeeded.
That I succeeded, but I had that year where it just kind of stunk. Cheeky Nando says, are those pics public? That's a blast. Yeah, Cheeky Nando, you can actually watch the video. Somebody shot a video with their phone. But if you just go to YouTube, you can see the video. And if you go Scott Kelby plus Kiss, Kiss, you'll find all kinds of pictures taken by all kinds of people. But the best ones are always taken by Alan Hess.
But be warned, you will have nightmares.
Yeah. When they do the close-ups of me in the spandex, I got to be honest with you. I could have used a couple extra push-ups. Shutterbug63 says, I really appreciate you saying that, Scott. I recently signed up for a photo challenge. Oh, there's the video. Well, that's not the one I was thinking, but that is one. So the movie, we did like a 7-minute movie, and you can actually watch the movie online as well. So what the movie was, the story of the movie was this. So so we had this band, right? And Matt Kluskowski and I, the band broke up because he wanted to be the move tool and I wanted to be the move tool, and it really just kind of broke the band up. And then so we reunited for this one Photoshop World gig.
You know, some of these newbies who haven't seen these old Photoshop things have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, we do it big for the keynote. We do it really big. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. We spend a lot of money, ridiculous amount of money on the keynote. Well, because it sets the tone for the whole show.
Oh yeah.
And so each year,
a lot of people come just for that keynote.
Oh yeah, each year we pick a different topic and we do a movie. We did Wayne's World. We've done Star Trek, but boxing. But we really go that extra mile. I mean, everything's looks like the real deal. It's like our movie. You would swear it was. In fact, our movie was based on the old VH1 TV show Behind the Music.
Right.
We actually hired the narrator that did VH1's Behind the Music to do our narration. It was dead on the money. We shot in recording studios. We rented limos to do scenes. You watch the movie and you're like, dang, they spent a lot of money on that. But we're also very good at doing stuff, on a budget. And the person in charge of budget here is Jen. Jen is the budget mistress, the mistress of the budget. She gets a lot out of her budget, though. I got to tell her. She's like, yeah. All right. Hey, we're like way over time and everything. Martin says, this grid is awesome. Hey, you know what? Bob says something really, really, I think, not profane. Profound. Thank you. Bob says something profane. No, Bob said something profound. Thank you, Sharon. He says, nurture a young photographer and watch how your own work improves.
Well, just teach anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Just the process of teaching makes you a better photographer. Well, I've been teaching forever.
You have been teaching forever.
We can't teach Terry anything, though.
I got to take Terry's call because he's not going to stop. Hi, Terry.
Tell Moose I said hello.
Hi, Terry.
Terry.
It's been too long, bud.
Terry says hi, Moose.
Thank you.
That was it. Have a good show. Bye.
Thank you, Terry. I feel some love now. It wasn't for Jen. It was for me.
Can Can I say something to Terry?
No.
We have this thing called a chat. You were just in it. If you want to say hi to Moose, you can just write, "Hi, Moose."
But see, this is more heartfelt, sincere.
If it was really sincere, he would have called your phone.
Maybe he did.
Kevin Stewart says, this is one of the best shows. Kevin, you need to go watch some of our older episodes. I have trashed this show. Not because of Moose. Every time Moose is on, it's a great, you know why? Because Moose always goes for like these really deep topics and stuff. And every once in a while, if we don't do them, we just be off the air. We have to, Moose brings the real stuff. And then when Moose isn't here, we all just clink glasses, and Jen and I look at each other and say, so what are you doing this week?
It's the Jen Trivia Show.
It is the Jen Trivia. We're going to do that again. We're going to get better questions. Because I'm so disappointed that we did so poorly.
But just notice you won and still got booted off the desk. Just saying. Just saying.
We're going to take a short break.
Again?
Yeah, it's the last break of the show. We're going to give away stuff and go home.
Okay.
But we're going to take a really short break. And did you see Juan run over to the gym?
Yeah, he's like...
Juan was on the other side of the room texting or
out.
tweeting or doing something. Hey, did I mention Juan's Instagram account? You should be following Juan on Instagram.
I like it.
Is it just Juan Alfonso, or is it _ Juan? Or did you put
Hi, Mark.
What is it, Juan?
Joanne.
Juan won't tell us. But
hi, Jerry.
We're going to take a short break.
Cheeky dude. Joy.
Meet Max. Max is a flat tripod base that is the perfect companion for low-angle photography and stability in unusual spaces. Max can be rigged up with your heaviest cameras, lenses, and accessories, as it can support up to 300 pounds. And at approximately 5 by 8 inches and only 13 ounces, Max can fit in almost any camera bag or backpack. Max comes with 4 spike feet, which enable better grip on surfaces such as rocks, branches, and concrete. It can be mounted or tied to freestanding objects and is also compatible with quick-release devices to keep it close while on the go. Photographers will love the ability to place Max almost anywhere, and macro photographers will be able to get close, really close. You can also set up time lapses and long exposures in no time. In the studio, photographers can use multiple Max bases to create a portable studio setup. Max can cast low-angle light on your subject or background and is easily kept out of the frame. We know Max will be the most versatile tool in your gear bag. Visit platypod.com for more info.
Hello, my name is Trey Ratcliffe. I am addicted to HDR photography. My favorite tool in the world has come along. It is a new version called Aurora HDR. I absolutely love this tool. Pretty much every situation has a place for Aurora HDR. I've just made a multi-course lesson. The best secret thing about it is that it's fun, and it's easy, and it's very approachable. I've learned a lot over the years. I've made a lot of mistakes, so now you can learn from my mistakes and see some of the best ways to make images. Come on over and watch my class exclusively on KelbyOne.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by B&H Photo, the professional source since 1973.
Scott's here again looking at his notebook for something he lost.
I couldn't find it. Ed's here. Ed says, hey, before you go have somebody go get your guitar and play us some of that Stairway to Panama City. Jen, that's a dig at you. I think Ed.
Hey, Ed.
Ed just. Why is everyone saying hi Moose now? It is a stream of hi Mooseness.
They were
John
feeling
Balboni.
sorry for me.
Hi
Left
Moose.
over here.
Hi Moose. Great show today.
Thanks, John.
All right, Moose, read these last ones and then we got to go.
The best way to get better, Joanne 31 says, I think is still to follow the people you like and see their work. KelbyOne is a great place to learn about different subjects. Hey, he is right about that. KelbyOne has got the great diversity of instructors, and that diversity can do nothing but enhance your own photography.
There you go. Johan says, I really like that you never know what's going to happen during a photo shoot. You can prepare as good as you can, but there are always certain things that you can't foresee, and that is always a challenge. That's true.
I thought he was going to say going to happen on the grid. not the photo shoot.
You can never foresee.
I mean, that's what
I
was
did
like,
not think
here
this
comes the grid again.
was going to go anything like this. Gary says we're all on a continuum. As we get better, we never really arrive. Getting out and doing better every time is what inspires me, as well as looking at Moose's images.
They didn't say Moose's. That's my,
Oh, he says Moses's images.
So I go to a restaurant, and they always go Moose or Moss, table for 4. They can never spell Moose.
It's a tough one.
It is hard. You know where it's misspelled the most?
Where?
Alaska.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'm Moss and Moses there a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Richard has a good thing. He says, what about the thrill of the hunt, trying to get that fabulous shot?
That's all part of it, too.
Well, that's part of it, because sometimes I've had a few times in my life where I took a shot, I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to come out amazing. But most of the time you're shooting and hoping it's going to come out amazing. And sometimes you get back and you're just like, wow. But it is a thrill when you're in just really awesome light. Like you're there on the morning when the sun is amazing, or you're doing a sunset shoot and the clouds just show up or whatever. And you know, oh my gosh, or you're shooting football in my case, and you look through the viewfinder and you see the shot and you're like, oh, please be in focus, please be in focus. And then you zoom in and you're either so excited or it's absolute heartbreak, because everything looks in focus on a 3-inch screen.
But that's why it gets harder, though.
It does get harder, because all of a sudden you care about stuff like that.
But you need to take, satisfaction knowing you're getting better then.
Oh, what was that? That's a good one. Louise has.
If afraid of not being better, do it afraid.
If you're afraid of not being better, do it afraid. Silence falls over the set. I think Jen mangled your quote, because we kept seeing letters come back and forth.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What did it really say, Jen?
Okay, it's actually still copying. Exactly how it is.
All right, she's going to copy it exactly how it
How
is.
about some giveaways?
Giveaways, I think, are a great idea. If afraid of not being better, do it afraid. There you go. All right. Cheeky Nando says, best way to get better? Get a KelbyOne membership. Thank you, Cheeky Nando. All right. How do you win any of the stuff that's not a tripod? Here's what you do. You go to KelbyOne.com.
I was afraid you were going to say call that number again.
Call that number. No. No.
Here comes Terry White. No.
Call that. I'll tell you what. Whoever besides Terry White does call the number, I'll send you a copy of the flash book. First person to call that number. What number is it? Let's find out. The first person to call that number wins a copy of the flash book. We'll get your name here. I can't even get calls when I'm giving away stuff. Go to KelbyOne.com contest. You have to tell us what you want to win. Your choices are Moose's book, so you can say Moose's book, Takeoff. By the way, if you don't win the book, and thousands of you, that's Moose calling.
Did I win?
No, you did not win. You did not win. I'm going to send you a message to remind me when I leave. Someone's calling. I swear to God, if it's you.
It's probably Brent.
Hi, is this not Moose? All right, it's not Moose.
Hey!
It's not Joe, is it again? It's Joe again. Oh, are you crapping? I recognize the voice. Joe, are you the only person that has my number? All right, send Joe a book too. Joe needs to contact Jen on Facebook, in the chat or something. All right, how you doing, Joe? Things good? It seems like you're having a good day.
This is entertaining.
Oh, well, thanks. Hey, Joe just gave me he went to my Lightroom class, and he said if anybody's thinking of going to Scott's Lightroom class, like in San Antonio and Houston in a couple of weeks, he says they should go. It was really good. Well, thank you, Joe. Hey, Joe, did you want to say hi to Moose while you're here?
Hi, Joe.
Hey, hang on. It's Joe.
Hey. So, did you like his Lightroom class, huh?
If we were on a network, we'd get fired, wouldn't we? They would just pull us. The network execs would watch.
Was it as entertaining as this episode of The Grid?
No.
Oh, good. The grid was better than Lightroom class. Okay, you
That's
made
not
him
helping,
cry.
Joe.
I appreciate it.
Not helping.
And his phone's ringing like there's somebody else trying to call. What are the odds?
It's too late. Joe gets the book too.
It's Terry. Hey, Joe, it's been a pleasure. Talk to you later.
Is that Joe?
It's the control room saying you got 2 minutes left.
All right, we got 2 minutes left. So, hey, Moose, where can people learn more about you?
Moose Peterson. Website, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Doing my broadcast now live on Thursdays.
It's not like Moose_Peterson or any weird thing. It's just Moose Peterson.
It's weird, but it's just Moose Peterson.
All right, what project are you working on now?
Taking a plane to France 2019 for the
So
75th
what,
D-Day.
737, 777?
C-47, actual vet from World War II. We're filming
Wow.
a documentary on it.
All right, well, I saw, I mean, I say something, I saw a few clips from what you've been doing.
Yep.
Oh, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be,
It's a tearjerker.
yeah, it's going to be.
It's going to be great.
Well, thank you, Moose. There's Moose's website. And thank you guys for putting up with us today.
Thank you, guys.
Look at this. Gary's a good guy. Gary says, if the networks had more shows like The Grid, the networks would do better. You're very kind. You're very kind. Larry Becker, in talking about the 3-inch screen, says that's why all my prints are only 3 inches.
Logic follows.
I got to get Larry back on here. Larry's a lot of fun when he's on the show, right?
Yes.
All right, you guys. Jen, thank you. You were a great sport today and always the president of moderation.
And thanks to the audience today.
Our audience was there you go, fantastic. Thank you all for watching. There's Juan's Instagram,
Juan.
_ Juan Alfonso. If you're not following Juan's Instagram, you know what they say? You're a loser. Everyone must follow Juan. Go and follow Juan. It's the best. It's the best Instagram. And occasionally he posts nude selfies, just giving you a heads up. You scroll right past him. So, Terry White just followed you? There you go. As soon as Terry heard nude selfies, boom, follow. Anyway, Moose, thank you. Man, you're a good sport. Anybody involved in any part of this, the audience, Jen, Juan, Jason in the switching, the director.
Craziness.
Everybody was a good sport today because this never should have been broadcast. Thank you all so much. Take care, everybody. Oh, that was a mess.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Westcott, professional photo and lighting equipment.
Hey guys, Christy from Shark Pixel here, and come join me and my Shark Squad April 20th through 22nd in Orlando for Photoshop World Before I Get Eaten!
Hi everybody, Scott Kelby here. I want to tell you about my brand new class for people who are just getting started in photography. It's called Beginners Start Here, and I go through all the stuff. It really is a lot about camera gear and settings because it's the most important stuff you need to know right now. Now, I do something in this class you're not going to see anybody else do. Nobody wants to do this, but I did it. I'm going to give you my favorite f-stops. I'm going to tell you which lenses to use for what. I'm going to treat the whole class like you and I are out on a shoot, and if you said, hey Scott, we're out here shooting a landscape, what f-stop should I use? Boom, I'm going to tell you. Whatever we're doing, I'm going to give you the straight scoop on settings, on accessories, on the stuff that you need to know. If you're new to photography, this is going to take you to that next level. You're going to start making better pictures, you're going to do it quick, and it's exclusively here at KelbyOne. Hi everybody, Scott Kelby here, and have you ever seen like a really beautiful photo, but then the photographer like put some type over it or put some type beside it, and the type looks so bad that it like destroys the photo? You've seen it, I've seen it, we've all seen it. It's just a sad, sad thing, but it doesn't have to be that way. That's why I created this brand new class called Designing with Type. You're going to learn the fundamentals on how to design with type, and you're going to learn 4 important things. Number 1, you're going to learn a bunch of cool Photoshop type features, which is always handy. Number 2, you're going to learn exactly what not to do and why. Number 3, you're going to learn some formulas and recipes that you can use every time to create great looking type. And number 4, I'm going to share some of my most useful and favorite fonts. So check out my brand new class, Designing with Type. It's exclusively here at KelbyOne. Hi everybody, Scott Kelby here. And have you ever seen like a really beautiful photo, but then the photographer like